Welcome back. Now, a popular amusement park in Durban closed down earlier this week after over 75 years. The rides and attractions have been a big part of Ethekwini's tourism at the city's beachfront. The lease contract of the park ended years ago and has been operated on a month-to-month basis. Ethekwini municipality has reassured residents and tourists they have plans to revamp the place. Joining me now is head of the municipality's real estate department, Thapelo Musinyane. Thank you so much for your time. We do appreciate it. I must say I have very fond memories at this amusement park, and it's really devastating to hear that it's officially closed down. Perhaps just start by telling us if there was any way or chance that this amusement park could have been saved.
Evening, Heidi, and evening to the viewers. The decision to cancel came from the operator. I think, as you've indicated, the lease has been on a month-to-month for the past 5 years now. And I think from the city side, we tried everything to assist the operator. I'm not going to go into detail, but I think his rental was not a market-related rental. The business was struggling even before the lease came to an end, and we still kept him there. Whereas there were some breaches relating to the leases, we still kept him there and we wanted to keep him there. It was his decision to cancel the lease. In fact, I think he wrote to us in February and he gave us 2 options that we must either buy his equipment. If we are not buying it, he would then vacate the site by 31st of May. So more than anything else, we were not expecting that, because most of our leases on the beachfront, by the way, are up, and we've taken some of them out, and we were then going to do the same thing with this one. It's just that I think the cancellation coincided with our plans to then take the property out to the market.
So what happens now moving forward? Look, I understand that you have indicated it was not up to standard. The area did dilapidate over the past couple of years. But what happens now? What happens to that space?
We're dealing with the beachfront as a whole. Funworld being part of the beachfront. Like I said, those leases are up for new renewals. Some of them have expired, some of them are expiring. So we started the process of advertising them going as far back as 2021 in November. We've managed to make 4 awards, and the rest of them, I think about 6, including Funworld, will be going out to the market. We will be requesting proposals from the market. Our proposals, we are requesting proposals in terms of the zoning of the beachfront as a whole, which is zoned as beach, which actually permits for usage that are recreational, cultural, and pleasure, as well as tourism and commercial. So we will be requesting proposals from respective developers to then submit the proposals to redevelop that property, including the Funworld portion.
So is it still going to be an amusement park? What exactly is the plan there?
The intention is not to prescribe to the market, because property development, by its very nature, it's market-driven. We will be taking out the property in line with the zone, which does include an amusement park. I think I've mentioned the other uses that we would be looking at mixed-use uses that would include recreational, pleasure, commercial, as well as your tourism-related activities. So we don't want to prescribe to say it must be a theme park, because it may not be financially viable. Like I said, the property development aspect of this kind of things is market-driven. It may not be viable for it to be operated solely as a theme park. It may then have to be a mixed-use development that will operate a theme park. Like I said, the zoning does allow for a theme park to be included.
Okay, okay, that is important to highlight. I just want to ask you, Thapelo, in terms of timelines, because obviously that space is now going to be opened until a decision is finally made about rezoning and all of that. What timeframes are we looking at?
We'll be going out to the market next month. Our processes, our window period for request for proposals is 3 months. So by September, we should have closed that process, and we then have 120 days from the date of closing, which we anticipate to complete the process by the end of the calendar year. We should be making pronouncement about who the successful bidders are. Like I said, it's not the only property we are dealing with, the beachfront as a whole.
Okay, well, I do hope that you'll be able to bring some good memories back for many of us, because I think we all have lots of memories there. I'm not sure if there's anything else or anything important that we need to know about this whole process, because we do know that whenever there's a tender or a rezoning or a process unfolding, there's often concerns around tender awarding and corruption. Should we be, maybe you should just tell us that we shouldn't worry about that at this stage.
I think our constitution has been touted as the best, and indeed it is the best. Section 217 of the constitution prescribes that we must be fair, equitable, transparent, and competitive when we advertise or procure services as an arm of government. In cases where the process is not followed, the public has a right in terms of the Promotion of Administrative Justice Act to then take us on a judicial review. And I'm sure you've seen cases where people were taken to court and some decisions were taken on the judicial review and they were reversed. So we will be complying with the legislation fully, where we would be fair, equitable, transparent, and competitive, and hence we are requesting for proposals. And anybody who is then aggrieved of that process basically has two options, or in fact, two opportunities. You can then appeal before we award to the successful bidder. If that fails, they still have an option to take us to court, like I said, in terms of the Promotion of Administrative Justice Act, which allows an organ of state or some of the decisions that are taken by organ of state to be then set aside by a court of law.
Okay, well,
so I think from a legal point of view, there is sufficient cover to deal with any irregularity if it does suffices.
Well, we do hope there is no irregularity, but thank you so much for your time. And I actually can't wait to see what comes out there. Thank you for your time this evening. That was the head of the municipality's real estate department, Thapelo Musinyane.